Hey guys, welcome to another RC Conspiracies. We're going to get things going here in just a few minutes. I wanted to go ahead and get the stream up, let people log in, start chatting in the chat, and we'll be ready to go here in a few minutes. You'll see the countdown start here in probably about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll be going soon. Those of you coming in later, I'll put some time code in the title, but also in the description of where this thing starts so that you can jump right to it. All right, hold on tight, guys. Whoa, I step away for 1 minute and there's a bunch of comments popping in. I need to zoom in my screen. I can see that already. Read off a few of these and then we'll start the timer. Hey, James Price, RC Propaganda, Brelan Jordan, Trail Critter RC. Lots of people in here, man. Stuff blew up, guys. Conspiracy stuff kind of blew up. Not product related, but a YouTuber related. Craziness, if you haven't seen it yet, about 4 hours ago. Sweeping the YouTube. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. All right, let's start this countdown.
Silhouetted images and industry teasers are finding their way into our homes and invading our minds. Their calculated information is delivered to feed our addiction for radio-controlled frequencies. It's an RC conspiracy.
How dare you!
We are on your side, cracking the RC code. Because the truth is out there. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast. Get your decoder rings ready and put on those tinfoil hats because your fearless leader is here. Please welcome your host, the lead RC conspiracist, Tony CC. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to another RC Conspiracies podcast. And today we're kind of just celebrating 30,000 subscribers, guys. I don't know what I've been paying attention to recently. But I just noticed it today, so I don't know when it hit 30,000 subscribers, if it was today or yesterday. YouTube didn't send any kind of email or anything saying it. It must not have been a milestone for TubeBuddy. I know we used to get some of those emails from them. But anyway, kind of cool. So, I mean, thanks to you guys out there watching this stuff. 30,000 subscribers. Wow. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, I will say. I thought maybe today we'd go through and look at maybe some of the videos, just kind of scroll through, pull it down a few different ways and see what some of the video content we've made over the past couple of years has been, because I don't even remember all of it. I look back and I'm like, whoa, I don't even remember making that video, or I forgot I even had that truck. So pretty cool stuff. A bunch of you guys are in the chat. A lot of familiar names in there. Mets RC, JM RCs, RC Propaganda, Trail Critter RC, Stickies RC. Lots of James Price is in here. Lots of you guys that have been here for a long time following the channel. Names that I recognize, people that we chat with on some of the other live streams. Jaden Doyle's in here. People we race with. So that's really cool, man. Yeah, I've been super busy. Work has been super busy for me, and I have probably more work to do after I get off of here. But I did, once I realized the whole 30K thing, I went downstairs on my lunch break today and I fixed up the Typhon. Well, I didn't fix it. I just took out the center diff, put the drive shaft back in, buttoned it back up, and decided to drive it again today. 30,000 subscribers. I said, we got to make that fence, or at least try it again. So after I was done working at about 5:15, me and the boys walked out there with the cameras. And you're going to have to wait to find out whether or not we made it, or what we broke, or what we didn't break, or stuff. There's video footage of it. So we did shoot some stuff. Ready Set RC is in here. He's been around for the long haul. Sean's RCs. So yeah, so the Typhon is new. And to me, I'm not a big buggy guy, but man, do I love that thing. It is quite a ripper. So much power. I mean, I knew it was going to be fast because it said like 70 miles an hour on the box, but a lot of them are up there 60. I mean, once it hits that, but the instant power of that thing and being so much smaller and lighter, it just takes off like a rocket. And then the way it flies through the air, it just, cuts it like butter. It just cuts that air. So, yeah, we have that for you guys. Unfortunately, my filming with the phone, I thought I was going to be doing myself a favor by using the little clip-on system, because the past couple of days I've been using my selfie stick again, kind of through my fingers, kind of as I grip the controller, and it's kind of weird and awkward. And but I was nailing all the shots. Well, I went to the easier one so I could have better control, throttle control in the air and all that, and one, I didn't fly it through the air better. Two, I missed the footage. It's not as natural for me the way that it's pointing and knowing that I'm pointing at things. And anyway, I kind of got it, kind of missed it. Wasn't as cool as the last Typhon video of it flying through the air. But I did set up a GoPro for the landing shot. I wanted to make sure I had that, whether it careened off the fence again or not. Let's say there was some chain rattling today. I will say that. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to have to wait to find out the rest. And there was a broken part. Kind of broken. Steve O.D. is in the house. Steve O.D. But yeah, it's been a busy week so far. The weekend was crazy busy. Lots of house projects that we worked on. I don't even remember what I did. I was busy all day Saturday cleaning the pond, mowing the yard, just a whole bunch of different things that we did in the yard and in the house. Sunday with the boys, a little bit of a nap too, because I was tired after all the work and the fresh air the day before. Then today, after my boys and I we played a game of kickball tonight, and we burned some boxes from products that we've gotten in, and then I got a new tub that I kind of built that's in the back. It's a big like wash tub for outdoor sink that I can use to clean RC cars and other stuff. You can use it for home stuff too, but mainly, RC cars. And so that big box is from that. And then we decided I want to teach them how to use the little saw. And so we made some ramps out of some leftover wood. Now, these aren't ramps. These are like wedges. We use them for the smaller stuff. We use them for clod busters, and we use them so they're nice and wide. They're maybe 4 feet wide, 36 inches. They're pretty wide, so they're easy to hit. And then we use them for our racing with the little the Can-Ams, which I know Big Squid just did a video on that. Great video, by the way, the Big Squid video. I really enjoyed that with the Can-Am, and the comments are rolling by. I'll get to those in a second. And then what else? Oh, so they did, but they mentioned in their article that it's like an underrated vehicle. It like never got the push it maybe should have gotten behind it. And I would totally agree with that because I wasn't super excited about them when they first came out. And I know a lot of people that got them. Axial got them when they first came out and other people, but I don't know. For how much I like those things, I'm just shocked that I just felt like it was kind of like pretty flat launch by them. It wasn't a whole lot behind it. So it's a very enjoyable rig and one of my favorites. So right now we drive them all the time. We drove them again tonight. All right. We got a couple of lots of voodoo happening in the chat room. Voodoo Truckin'. Lots of Steve O.D. posts saying hello to everybody. Rich, Bud, Jake, Isaiah Anderson is here. And I made a comment to you on Aussie RC's video with the Send trucks about the end of the axle popping off. And it's actually kind of a good thing because a lot of the hits with my Sends, I expected I broke something. And it looks broken and bad, but it actually, the way that they just kind of clamp that on there, it's almost like a relief point. So when you do slam something where it would normally break, like a carrier hub or even your axle, it pops off. And then you just literally loosen that screw, slide it back on, bolt it up, you're good to go. So if yours is popping off, it means you're hitting things pretty hard. I just want to let you know that. I know you'd ask me, and I never got back to answering the question, but it's been busy. Voodoo Truckin's here. Everything just jumped. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, and if you guys want me to see something too, if you do the @CCxRC when you have a question or something, it makes it red so I can see it, which is very helpful. Ryan's RC's in here. So we'll get through a couple of the small things in here and jump to just kind of talking about some different things. Ready Set RC's got the Big Rock. I'm still trying to decide between the Big Rock and the Granite, and if I really need a 3S when I've got the 4S Creighton. I don't know. These are questions that I've been actually asking myself the last day or two because I've been looking at them again. Let's see here. I like it because I can always tell people about things that they can get inexpensively, but then I don't have one to show right now, which I kind of don't like. So Luke Ray's in the house, so just a shout out to him. Let me show a couple of things that I like to do at the beginning here, and then we'll get to a couple of new stuff and things that I've seen or I've been hearing. And then we'll kind of just go to wherever, maybe talk about some favorite videos or things like that. Look through some of the old videos from the past couple of years or even recently, whatever you guys want to see. Steve O.D. says he's got the Big Rock and it's cool. I just don't know that I like the tires on it, on the Big Rock. And then if you have to buy those, it's already more expensive. And then I tell somebody the tires are junk, so get the Granite tires, and then you're at now $380, and they could have just bought the Granite. I like the body on the Big Rock, but a lot of other stuff. Ryan's RC says I would buy the Granite. We have two of the Sentins to Breland Jordan. We have two of the 3S Sentins, and they're awesome, like you said. I do have Duratrax tires for it. We haven't put them on yet. Those are for when we go racing, for whichever son decides they want to race with me at the oval track. And we just haven't. Well, you guys know what's happening. There's no racing going on right now. So let me jump over to the mind-numbing part. CCxRC merch. You guys have actually been really awesome. So many people must be wearing this kind of stuff around now. It was cool. I actually like the subscribers. I don't actually come here and check very often. I was logged in here because I was actually buying... I think I was buying a Ready Set RC shirt That's what I was doing. And I wanted to make sure that it had purchased, and I went in here and I saw in there the shirts that had sold, and I was like, wow. So super cool. People getting different merch that they want to wear, CCxRC shirts, RC Conspiracies shirts, That's Not Scale.
That's not scale.
Shirts, and yeah, very fun. Looking quickly back at the Facebook page, this is something that not everybody is on Facebook, so I just want to show a couple things that's only for people over on Instagram and Facebook. We showed the Typhon 6S running again, so there's that. Again, do we go for the fence jump round 2? Let me know. So I was asking people to let me know if I should do the fence jump. I don't think I saw any nays to that. They were all yeses. So there was that. Big yes there. This was the other thing. I was running some of these cars since we're not racing, and there have been people who've been asking to see this guy run. And because it's not up on Facebook, I thought or on YouTube, I thought I'd show it here real quick. But this is my HPI Sprint. They don't make it like this. You've got to buy the Ron John or whatever the Ron Shop body and stuff for it. And they've got a whole kit to make it like this. Or you buy it used like I did, where it's already built into a Boss machine with a O'Neill Brothers racing motor in it. And I already had a really killer paint job on it. So I took the easy road on this one. I'll get here toward the end is where it's actually going a little faster. Yeah, so you can hear that thing's got some power. I couldn't even get it up to speed in this short area, mainly because my brakes aren't set very well right now, and so I need to go in and fix those. So that's a couple things. If you're following on Instagram, those where it's not like full-on content that I put on YouTube. Usually I want it to be more longer videos, something that has a little bit of talking or enough footage to kind of make into a cool video, which it's not. So it's just kind of running footage, and we had that. The build series is going along with the SMT10. Had a little bit of break because of other things going on and all the other lives that I've been in or watching. But yeah, here was the first fence jump. Boom. Anyway, that's the Facebook page. So if you want to check that out, we can look at some of that more. But been very busy on there and trying to keep some different content over there, kind of behind the scenes more, that kind of stuff, story and whatnot. Let's go and see what you guys are talking about. All Out RC says it sounds like a 50cc dirt bike. Dude, that thing is stinking loud. My poor neighbors. I don't usually run that one in the neighborhood. You guys say I have great neighbors, and I do, but even that one's just too loud. I mean, it's screaming. JRam02, where can I buy that dope hat that you're wearing? I'm going to start having these available, but you're going to have to buy them through, like, let me know that you want one through something I can message you at, like Instagram or Facebook, and I'll send you like an invoice through PayPal, and you can pay through that. But I'm working with the lady that makes them to get me more of them. Again, the whole quarantine thing is kind of slowing it down. But I buy these locally and have them made locally, and so I have to work within the parameters of the quarantine. So, Traxxas RC needs to pick up the That's Not Scale shirt. Yeah, those things are awesome, man. I love mine. Sean's RC Adventures. Instagram's for millennials. I wish I could do an Irish accent because it would sound so cool in his voice. Roadside RC, not even 10% of that. Well, get on it, man. SMT10, son of a digger, out yet. Voodoo Truckin', no. It would be cool if they did come out with one. Speaking of that was one of the things that I was going to talk about, if I go way over to here, Axial Racing tomorrow night, this is where I'm going to be tomorrow night, is watching this. Axial Racing is having the Anderson brothers on, Adam and Ryan, drivers of, let me just read it. Join us live on Wednesday, April 15th, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. C, for a chat with Adam Anderson and Ryan Anderson, drivers of the Gravedigger and Son of a Digger Monster Jam trucks. We'll check in on them to see what they've been doing with their RCs, YouTube videos, and take questions from fans. What do you want to know about? So you can go in and ask them questions on the Axial page. There's not many. There's like 2 comments right now. So you guys should hit him up if you got questions. Ryan Anderson has a really awesome YouTube page. He's really killing it, actually, from a shooting, editing. They're just fun guys all around anyway, but he's got a really fun YouTube channel that he's gotten going, The Andersons, and so you should definitely check that out. They just got a boat from Heavy D. Their dad was given a boat by Heavy D, and they drove it from Norfolk. This is like hometown stuff for me, guys. So all these bridges and stuff that they're going through are like right by me. So they're in Chesapeake here, and they went through the locks, which is just up the road, and the little Centerville sliding bridge, side bridge, and all of these bridges are what I have to navigate to try and be on time for getting places. But they did all of that in there, and we're talking about it. It was really fun and a funny video. All right, Foundry RC is in the house. What's going on, Gary? So speaking of Foundry RC, Gary, I was actually wearing his t-shirt the other day. Guys, I'm wearing so many RC t-shirts these days. My wife hates it. She calls me a 12-year-old man-child, which you saw that and heard that in the video. Yeah, so I've got the Ready Set RC one I just ordered, RC Sparks one I had on until I got dirty in it earlier, a bunch of other stuff, Arma, Low C, yeah, tons of stuff. I don't know how that got brought up. Oh, Foundry RC, I had his shirt on yesterday. But I got some stuff coming for the Primal RC. If you guys didn't see that video, I broke it in the last video. And yeah, it actually wasn't a bad break because we just kind of sheared off a bolt. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you just killed a $3,000 truck. I'm like, nah, I killed a $3 bolt. Gonna drill that thing out and put a new one in and hit it just as hard again. But I did get, so here's the thing, the low C shocks, the rear shocks for the 5T are like a perfect fit for the bottom part of the shock on the Raminator. And so I got some soft springs. The low C golds are like 6.8s. They're so plush, and it feels great now that I've got them drilled out, like Kevin Talbot, who I just saw had popped in here. Thanks for jumping in, man. He's got another cool challenge going, 2-wheel challenge, which is, it's so hard, and he made it look really easy. Well, he showed like all the attempts, the practice attempts up to it in high speed, but it is stupid hard. I've been trying to do that, and I don't know, it probably helps a little bit if you have locked up diffs in the front so you get equal power to both wheels and stuff like that. There's some things you can do to kind of tune your car for that challenge, and the instant reverse and forward so you can really kind of control the throttle. But he still had some really nice runs in his run there. You got to get back to the Foundry saying he ordered them right after we spoke. Yeah, so I've got 2 of them in. I had to order them from 2 different places on eBay. I can actually create another page here, and we can pull them up real quick in case anybody's looking. They're really nice springs. We call them the Losi 5T Gold. Here they are. 6.8 pound rate. So I put them on and I just tested them in my hand. Compared, the original ones are so stiff. Like the initial, to get that first even movement, it's almost like they're stuck. But not when you put these Losi Golds on. Here, I can pop over to that screen. There they are. Low seat rear spring. So the rear fits on the bottom part because they're a 2-stage shock. And so the lower spring, which is where I want that initial. And then at the end, I actually want a stiffer spring because I don't want it to bottom out. But yeah, $20. So it's about $40 to get 4. So Absolute Hobbies. I think that's who I ordered them from. Yeah, PA39R. That is. I got them from Absolute Hobbies and then somebody else. Those ones are coming from Jersey. I thought they'd get here faster than they did, but whatever. Oh, Big BRC. Yeah, that is the conspiracy of the night. Big BRC says, "Hey, Kev, I just saw you rage." Yeah. Kevin Talbot says, "Monster Jam, here we come." He's got that truck he's building. I'd love to see that. Ryan's RC. This is not an Arma hoodie. It's just a t-shirt, and I'm wearing another hoodie, one of my hoodies over it. Because it's kind of chilly here. I had my window open all day and didn't realize how cold it was getting in the house. I just thought it was a little bit much to have like multiple logos going on like this. It just feels too much. So, but yeah, so Kevin, if you're looking, I'll let you know how these ones run. We'll have a video hopefully soon. Hopefully that bolt will come out soon. It looks like I've rounded a little bit where that the steering control arm mounts to the I hit the wrong button. It mounts to the axle. Looks a little rounded. I've been abusing it a little bit, but that's what they're for. It's not a shelf queen. I mean, that would crush any shelf pretty much you put it on, but I get my cars to run them, and so we're just sending it. We want to see what it can do, let people know what $3,000 can get them. And I'm super happy with the motor that comes with it. I would like maybe a little bit more bottom end so that if I had a little backflip box that I made with a little dirt going up to it, it would have that punch initially to get the backflip around. I don't think that it could right now. But it does, it rips up the grass and it's got some power behind it. And when you're in a tight space that would feel like a Monster Jam arena, it feels pretty good. It's pretty quick moving back and forth across my yard. It gets up to speed and then, I'll make my jumps a little bigger. We're going to have some dirt being brought in. I think we're just going to go for it this spring and rent a tractor and start moving some dirt in. Going through some of the comments here. All right, so here's a good comment. Breland Jordan, what are your thoughts on the SCX24 of the Kyosho Mini Z Crawler? Don't know yet. I have the Mini Z Crawler in the garage in the box. But we're trying to finish up the SMT10 build, but it's taking up my whole bench. But I'm not getting time to because I'm trying to do the live videos people wanted, and it's just kind of slowing me down as far as finishing goes. So, one of the questions that I do have, Gorilla Bear Tech says, awesome live stream. I need to get me an XO1, but they're hard to find. There's good questions about that. Why are they hard to find? Does that mean there's something new coming and they're just waiting? They're not making more of the XO1 in its current iteration? I don't know. I've heard a couple of people mention the XO1 is hard to get their hands on. So that could kind of be interesting. We don't know. He says he has 7 Traxxas cars. Want to know if you yourself or anyone else in here would recommend me buying a Wrestler 4x4 VXL or a Traxxas Max. I don't know. I've never done the VXL. I know the Max is pretty durable truck. But I think you should go wide if you do get the Max. And so the price goes up quite a bit when you do that. But I don't know anything about the Wrestler 4x4. Kevin Talbot says that he likes. Man, the chat's just jumping on me. I'm trying to read one and then it bounces out of my screen. Where can I buy your merch? What website was that? Actually, if you go on my channel, if you click on my name, it'll pull up a little store where you can go and look at some of the stuff. Kevin Talbot, TMR engine is perfect, I think. Yeah, it's not like crazy top end with the TMR, but it does seem to really increase the bottom end power that it has. It definitely does have more top end, but it just seems like it's a great... The thing with me, though, is like all the big mufflers and stuff, I don't want that look. You know, the stock one's tucked away pretty good. I don't want to have big, even with like the RC Max one, that's super cool, but it looks like you're carrying a rocket to launch day somewhere. Big old rocket-sized muffler pointing out the back of it. Unless you get like a Gravedigger body, they showed like their rollover protector. That looks like it would be a perfect mount for the back end of like a digger body. That would be pretty sick. Then you'd hide that muffler away. So there's stuff like that. That I do like about the current setup that I have. Also, the cost, not having to pay for a TMR motor right now after just buying this truck. So I'll probably wait at least until I know that I can get. If I'm going to get it, I want to run it. So I'm going to wait till the mufflers become available. But I don't need it to do some of the crazy stuff that people want it to do, because I don't want to be tearing everything up in it. It's a pretty cool handler as it is. Just give me some backflip power. So, yeah, Kevin, as people are saying, Kev and CCxRC in the same thing. Yeah, hopefully we'll get you on here sometime, Kevin, if you've got time. It'd be awesome to have you on as a guest. Pick your brain. Even if for just a short bit. I'm wanting to get myself another infraction here soon. I traded mine for a pipe and some money on my Losi 5, but yeah. Kevin Talbot, RC Max looks cool, but too much. Yeah, I don't need the crazy wheelies and breakage. I know some people want it, and it's awesome, and that's the way they like to go. But one of my favorite parts about this truck is it just feels so good in scale to me. But if I had one, I wouldn't mind. I'd probably just tone it down a little bit. And I wouldn't do just a single wheel as a wheelie bar. I'd get something like the RH Designs has for the SMT10, where it has the longer bar across the back or something. Some kind of a metal tube that rides on a long bolt or something. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. You know, everybody can have their own opinions. Johnny Rains Custom RC, thanks, man, for the 30K congratulations note. Foundry's second. His plans to get a second one with the RC Max. There you go. He's saying he would like to try one, but maybe as a second one. Yeah. Mundito Dada Do. Call him Raymond. All right. I'll try and remember that, Raymond. We'll try to remember. Yeah, so there's some stuff. So RC wise, I have a few things. We'll just kind of run through RC news stuff. If you want real RC news, go check out Harley. He does a really great RC news update. Now, because I'm on Tuesdays, it feels like I'm copying him if I just do all the RC news that I'm coming up with or finding. So we'll do our own spin on it a little bit for some of the stuff. Take a quick look-see here at some products that are coming out. J-Concept new release, the 2002 Chevy S10 drag truck. It's an interesting look. They had to widen it proportion-wise to fit on the Slash platform, because that's kind of what people are doing for the street eliminator type no prep truck. Yeah. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Kind of in the middle. It definitely feels really widened out. I like the idea of it being S10. My brother had an S10. That was one of the cars that I learned to drive stick on. It's pretty cool. So it's fun to see an S10. And there's really not much in a platform that you're going to find that's going to be that narrow and the right proportions for an S10 that you'd use for many purposes. So I get it. Another car that I'm kind of in the same, I get that people are going to use this for speed. It's their supersonic speedrun body, and they've got a video for it, which we won't watch because of copyright purposes, but not my kind of look. But I'm not trying to do speed runs either. So if they're trying to break records, I get why they would want bodies that may be like this. And it's just kind of too modern for my taste. But it's out there if it is up your alley. We already talked about this. The Anderson brothers, two cool guys. Going to be on Axial tomorrow. Lots of different companies are doing some stuff for the quarantine. Proline had like a little what's difference between these two pictures kind of shot that was kind of fun to do. HPI has a hashtag. Are you building stuff inside? Hashtag at StayAtHomeRC. And then Axial, Losi, them, we're doing kind of like a what's on your bench or RC bench, workbench hashtag. And that's been fun to kind of follow. So nothing like new per se, but just it's fun to see that the companies are doing a lot. Team Associated is doing live streams. All of the companies are doing live streams, which is neat to see. And if you guys are into racing or if you've been into RCs for a long time, the recent Losi, I don't actually have this queued up, but I can pull it up. I have my whole RC pages to check thing here. I think we can find it on Team Losi Racing. Don't remember which page I was on. Yeah, here it is. The 40th anniversary chapter 1 interview with Gil Losi and them talking about how they started and all of that. How his son helped in designing the first 10th scale associated, all of that. Really fun stuff. But watch it. It's a good watch. It's funny. And it's got its moments too, where you understand like some of the stuff that we don't see, like as far as they only can make so many, and then everybody wants it to sell at their shop. Well, how do they choose who's getting this next batch of them and all of that? It's kind of fun to hear from them. I know in real life people that are dealing with it, like Josh at Freestyle RC, kind of getting waiting lists, and he's his own distributor. It's not in shops. It's just like you can only make so much, and there's a demand and. You know, people get frustrated because they want theirs now, but it's interesting watch. So toilet paper is hard to come by. It seems that RC stuff is getting that way in some ways. I'd ordered this guy when it came out or was announced, the DR10 two-wheel drive drag race car from Team Associated. Can't wait for it to come out. I think it looks cool, and it fits with a lot of the other bodies that come out for Street Eliminators. It appears it will at least. I won't know until I get my hands on one. But John Schultz, he was live on Facebook. Again, these companies are going live or people from them. And I asked him if the mid-April is still kind of accurate. And I said, knowing that it probably is going to be pushed. And he said that as of right now, it's looking really good still for mid-April, which is... It's mid-April, so I'm hoping to get announcement of my car dropping very soon. Yeah. Oh, I didn't order. I have stuff in my bin here. My MIP tools. I need to get those ordered. This is the other car that I can't get my hands on yet. It's on back order. The 22 5.0 AC, the two-wheel drive buggy for Astro Carpet. We just recently had a new place open up, and they are a carpet off-road course, and I really want to get out there and run, but I need to have a truck to run, so there we go. That's what I'm looking at. I've had it on order for quite a while now, and just waiting. Mondito. So Raymond's asking if I'm going to create a member option. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's gonna they would be interested in that. So, yeah, I'll have to think about it. I'm not opposed to it, but you catch a lot of flack on here for anything that you do or don't do. Kevin Talbot says Johnny Rains does the best paint jobs. I know. I need to get him to paint me something. Maybe a drag car body. That'd be pretty sweet. Fishing with Landon. What do you think about the Outcast 4S? I think they're awesome, especially with RPM arms. RPM arms are awesome. Going through some of the comments here. We did get kind of far behind there because I talked for a long time. Reland Jordan, the TLR 22X- for the 4. That thing is awesome. The 4-wheel drive. Not planning to get it just yet. I'm going 2-wheel drive to start with. But yeah, I'm waiting for this. I saw somebody running one up at that track the other day when I went up there, and it was really sweet looking. So hopefully these say late April, and this is the next shipment for this. So this one I think did get pushed back a little bit. Sean's RC says, I'm actually enjoying not working for once. First time in 20 years I've had more than a week off. Wow, man. That's crazy. That's super crazy. Johnny Rain, send that body for the orange drag car. That'd be cool. Maybe I could send you a body that I plan to put on that orange drag car. Because I don't know when the orange drag car is going to come. We'll talk. I just went on RC Amigos. This was something that 11 Charlie, whose t-shirt I was wearing the other day, told me about. And he's making these cool RC stands right here that are made out of metal. Cool missile cut out of them. And you can stand the car a couple different ways on it, which is interesting. You can do it. If you set it on its side, you can lock the axles in here if you want to just prop those up, whatever. Take off 2 wheels, leave the other 2 on the ground, prop it up on there. It just seemed really cool. And so I ordered up some of these. I actually ordered 3 of them. Because what he's doing is, it says here that they're going to be doing supporting the veterans giveaways. These trucks are $30 each, and I think they're going to be donating 2 cars. I think Gen 8s with the sales once they sell out of those things. So I went and bought 3 of them to help out. Always trying to give back where we can, and I think what 11 Charlie is doing is awesome to support the veterans. Super cool. And, yeah, so I got in touch with him yesterday. He reached out immediately today. We got something worked out, paid up. And, yeah, that's a bonus. You should check him out. Other things that are out of stock. SMT 10s. I'm trying to get my hands on another one. I sold mine because they were out of stock. And some people are trying to get their hands on them, and I've got enough, but I'm waiting for them to come back. But it's like toilet paper. You can't get your hands on some of this stuff. Out of stock. Arma parts. I broke that. The shock on the 4S. If you go on here, the 4S shock parts are out of stock, like most places online. So luckily, my local hobby town had some, so I got them. I also bought I bought the servos finally for the SMT10 build I'm doing. And after I finish the build, I'm going to continue the build, and I'm actually going to make it 4-steer. So I'll have one of my SMT10s set up as 4-steer, which is going to be fun. So, yeah. What else are we doing? Oh, yeah. Other things that I'm looking at that I want out of stock. The Intimidator sled from RC 4-wheel drive. Kind of bummed. I'd like to really get something like that going. Even for the retro trucks. But so that was us. I'm like, well, maybe I'll get the cool forklift that they've got. Guess what? Already out of stock as well. Don't know when that's going to be in. Breland Jordan is asking, what's the best upgrade for the Sentin 3S? Well, you could do shocks. I mean, because they leak. But I find that the servo and shocks are the two things that I upgrade on mine. First, wheels would then be one of those as well. But yeah, you can make them a really, really sweet rig. So I did one of ours, switched out the servo, put new shocks on it, and they weren't super expensive shocks. Which ones were they? They were Atomic RC. They're metal casings and everything. I think they were like $15 or $20 for two. So really cheap. Here, let me see if I can pull them up. RC shocks. Yeah, so you just have to measure them. So these blue ones here fit the Traxxas Slash. Yeah. So these replace the ones for the Slash, and I just put these on. And these are $17 for two. It's tough to find them. These are aluminum. Nice light aluminum. So those are doing pretty good. V2 Vids is in the house. Hey, man, thanks for the congratulations. We're just trying to have fun on here, so it's cool that people are subscribing to that. And no idea that this would even be a channel when I started playing with RC cars. And, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And you got a pretty cool track that you're getting going out there. Your videos are a lot of fun. I actually had it up on my TV, which is right over where I work here. So normally I'm here editing videos for work. And then I had YouTube up there, and your videos came up, and I just plowed through a bunch of them. It just kept rolling them. And so I had so much fun watching the different like fairground shows and stuff you were doing from one of them, you were going from New York to something, then you ended up in Michigan with Wildman Jeff Cook and Avenger, and it was like downpouring on you. And I don't even know when this video was happening. It literally just rolled from one thing to another. But I mean, editing's great, music's great, really fun vibe that you put through your videos. I really dig it. Really cool vlog. So if you guys aren't following V2 Vids, you should be. You can leave here and go follow and even watch a bunch. So, yeah. Overkill Evolution. $11 Charlie, we're just in here. We were talking about the RC Amigos. And the cool stands that he's making. I ordered 3 of them. So hopefully help support you, brother, with your helping the veterans. But yeah. Cheap shocks. They're decent. There you go. And I didn't mention it. I should go back here. It's not actually on one of my RC pages to check. Don't know why. But this is something different. There's a Jimny body coming. This is one new thing I did see. Released in the third quarter. So this was mid-March that they mentioned this. I don't think, talked about it. So if you guys are into the Jimny stuff, J4, they call it. But there's that coming. And then these look like they're actually going to open up for pre-order, which are pretty sweet-looking little rigs. That is not a Jeep, and it is not a Toyota. It just is kind of it is what it is. It's an MST. It's not branded. What was I going to look at? Oh, Venom. Venom is doing their bags are on sale, and I'm going to order up some. I need to buy some more. I'll show you guys which ones are my favorites for charging because they're the easiest. Everyone's always like, oh, charge them. And then they use these ones that are flat and they're getting them in with the stupid little adapters for the balance leads, which are always too short. Getting them into those bags sucks. And so I'll show you the pack that I use the most. But they've got the safety sale going on. There's a couple of these bags that work way easier than others. And I'll show them to you. And I need to buy some myself. I'll be buying them. They still have battery, the BatSafe boxes now too, but this one right here is my favorite one. So it's down to $11.29. And these are so easy to get the packs into because it opens up and they've got these flaps and then it just comes right over the top. And so it's so easy to put the batteries in. And right now I have 2 of these and I'm probably going to order 2 more so that on my quad charger I can have all 4 of them inside of these packs. The other ones are great too, but like these snap ones, this big one's actually easier, but it's massive. And then I do store all mine and carry them to races in these, which this is actually a pretty good price on this bag. It's a pretty big size bag that zips up, allows you to carry them all. Just keeps them safe. Not saying that as a team driver anymore, guys. I'm going to be spending my own money on them. That's how much I believe in them. So I'm not on the Venom team this year, but I still support their batteries and their packs. I think they make an awesome product. So that was just an extra because I remember that they're on sale. I think through the end of this month is what they're doing. And so if you're looking for being safe options, we just had one guy in here, seeing 11 Charlie reminded me, because they were talking about raising some money for somebody whose shed just burned down and burned up all their cars and all of that stuff. And so seeing his name reminded me about these. And when I was charging my bags earlier, I was remembering that I wanted to buy more of those smaller pouches to charge in. Foundry, the Bat Box. I don't actually use one of those. It looks pretty awesome. But those bags, man, I love those. Those bags are awesome. I'm curious how V2 Vids is still liking his truck without the front sway bars. I know he put some limiting straps and stuff like that on to help. And it looked pretty good. But yeah, so V2 Vids does do RC stuff, and he does race real monster trucks as well, and does a lot of content where he's out there doing that. And then every once in a while, he'll be at a course, and he'll be jumping his RC in the middle of his monster truck video on the jumps that are there, which is really, really cool to see. The right RC, what do I use to store my lipos? I store them in those bags, those Venom bags. You can fit quite a few in those. I also have some ammo cans. I don't remove the seals on them. I don't also lock the top down, so I still think it just helps contain it. I kind of just put the top down and I do latch the thing under it, but I don't like tighten it down all the way. I leave a little bit of air room to escape. But the bags I do, is where I store most of them in. But yeah, having somebody that people know that lost everything from the fire is crazy. And I want to believe I'm safe, but you just never know. I mean, sometimes you get one that's just volatile, and no matter what, you can happen when you're not ready. I mean, I'm looking here. I found this. I don't remember where I found this, but this is a really old battery right here. This is from the original DJI Phantom. This is a 3-cell 2200 milliamp hour. It's a little bit swollen. It's not too bad. But I was running it in something. Got my Venom connector on it. Down to an EC3. That's one of my favorite things about the Venom batteries is that adapter. Oh yeah, so yeah, you put your shocks on the corners. That would help. I did one of mine with the shocks on the corners, and it was just more. It was stiffer than I liked. At least for the racing stuff that we're doing with them. For kicking around and looking scale though. But when everybody else is running super slammed units with all the crazy shock setups, it's tough with them on Axial. All right. So I was going to go through maybe, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts, just kind of take a peek at a few of these videos over the past couple years. One of my favorite ones is the Carnage with the 5th scale Primal. Split wheel, totally came down on the front hard, way too hard on the front, and then into the slap wheelie. That thing was pretty cool. But if I were to share these, look at all my videos here, we could look at them. It's funny because like my most viewed ones aren't even necessarily, well, the most viewed one isn't even RC related. It's monster truck related, but toys. And then there's like Star Wars and stuff. So it's not like the best way to do it. We had some fun ones in here, like the Battle for Endor was pretty cool. Did a bunch of the movie effects and flares. These are all RCs. Just having fun. That plane was so hard to fly. My cat makes an appearance in here somewhere. Might have missed it already. But this is actually like a blend of a couple videos. Like some of that flying footage was done at the Ipswich Trails. There's a cat. Anyway. Just a little bit different. The Yeti. Man, that thing was a truck that I loved to hate. Funny enough, my live video from the World Finals did the best as far as views from that thing, which is crazy because it wasn't shot nearly as good as any of the others. Just kind of walking around. It's funny how certain things take off like that. So people used to make fun of me for all the Star Wars stuff. I was smart, though. I posted a video from Walmart just saying, holy cow, check this out, RC stuff for Star Wars, and like got a ton of views. I'm like, well, shoot, I'm going back and buying them all. And then we did videos on them and, you know, a couple 100,000 views. All of them went up super quick, and my channel was super small at that time. Maybe 1,000 subscribers, probably less. It was still, I think, in that first year of the channel, and it just kind of blew up from there. Primal RC, that's when they brought it down to Digger's Dungeon, and they were running it.
I gotta tell you, man, you come out and you have that much.
Dennis Anderson loved it and how it was built, and they were just kind of ripping it here. I think that's the one with the TMR. I can't remember. They had one of them that had a... May not have been a TMR, but they'd been working with it and tuning the engine a little differently. But that one's done all right. People love the big cars, though. The 5T, the DBXLE. Maybe because they're afraid to drop that much money and they need to just watch a ton of videos on it. This is the one that Kevin Talbot just posted about with the huge rant, which is a whole conspiracy thing of itself. The person that's been raging on him for the last 2 years, his hater, one of his haters. My boys like it. We haven't had anything, but we're not trying to do any scale crawling with it. We're just going through the grass and hauling some figures with it. Our V2 vids, how many RCs do you have? Are you asking me or the group? Me, I've probably got 70 plus. Only sold a few. I sold this one. This thing continues to get a lot of views. And I don't even have it anymore. Look at my garage, like my small space of where I used to do all this stuff. My little stand. I still have this stand.
I'm thinking I'm going to stick with this Porsche body.
Probably 40 pounds lighter. Dirt oval drifting. Yeah, we took the infraction out, did something a little different with it. This one kind of took off out of nowhere for some reason. With the mud racing, that's my bog hog. I didn't even know that one had that many views. This is just straight up. There's my camper parked out. Old Betsy. These ones jumped up somewhat quick. I mean, none of them have crazy amounts of views. You know, Kevin Talbot gets more than these in a day. Yeah, it's a lot. Jump back to the comments here. Swampers RC says cool. Chase McDonald, I think one of your most popular videos was the unicorn outfit that made the news. Yeah, it didn't. I mean, it was on TV shows and stuff, but it didn't actually do super well on YouTube. At least on my channel here. Maybe it was too much. The first one that we'd done with the Star Wars, I think, with the shooting effects was this Drone Wars. It was used originally the first footage, but then I took that to use it for the other one. But it had some cool footage. But that's not actually an RC. Once we got the AT-AT Walker, the AT-AT Walker came out, we redid it. That's just actually an old vintage toy. We used to try and do some stuff that was more cinematic and all that, but people weren't loving it. So we used to chase them with the smooth cam and all, yeah, like these. But people just wanted the talking and the more simplistic stuff behind it. Whoops. Going to True Boys. We actually can play my own audio. ECX amp. So I went out with a filmmaker buddy of mine to do this. He was driving the amp and I had my X-Max. But it's like the companies make cool videos already that show just the cool aspects of running them. And I guess people want to see a little bit longer parts of the run than just like what you set up and do quickly. They want to see the experience of actually riding them. So I guess it makes sense because you don't quite get that from these videos. But these were some of the early Ipswich videos. So now we've kind of scaled back and just made them a little bit more simplified. Kind of fun to watch some of the old stuff. Apparently we broke something in there because it's a broken truck. Is this the one? The way it cornered. No, that's not the one where my wife made fun of me. So this is more like what we do with them now, which is this mad van. Pretty cool van. Be careful. But we have to hit it. So a little bit more just kind of dialogue through it, kind of the experience we're having running it. A little bit different format. Both work. I know I enjoy making one more than the other, the cinematic ones, but I was trying to see if there was another one that was like that. Well, we did the RC mud truck fun. No, that's it. So that was that custom-made mud truck. Which was a cool truck. It just didn't perform like the really widened out SMT 10s. It was more like a good old boy mud truck. I did sell that truck. That's one of the few that I've sold. That one I don't love that I sold actually though. I was trying to see, there was another one of that truck. You guys comments in there. Thank you, Fog City. $11 Charlie 70. Wow, I need more RCs. Yeah, I don't like to usually say. I mean, it's not about the number because you don't run a lot of them at that point, and you don't keep up with or upgrade. You're just buying new ones instead of like making one of them awesome. Just constantly like not running the ones that I might want to be running. I count the Maximus, but I don't know the last time I've driven that thing. V2 Vids, where am I from? I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm about 40 minutes north of the Anderson brothers, Digger's Dungeon. So their latest video they did, going through all those waterways, that's where I'm at. So this is the custom son of a digger. This was a cool
27. Take this out and drive it with just the
metal
chassis.
chassis.
See how it was before I put the body on and all on here. Now that I've got this weight of this body.
That was a pretty cool build. Won't go any further. It's like enough. This is sad. That's at Debbie's RC World. They're no longer around. I was trying to see. There was a cool one up at Ipswich. And there was also where I'd taken the one car to the desert, the Team Associated. X-Max stuff. Anyway, I don't know. I thought I'd look through and see what some of them were. And, oh, was that it? I just saw the Associated there. Where is it? This one? No, that's not it. I bet I can do, Arizona. And that would pull it up. That was a fun. Well, that ain't from Arizona, but that's a cool video. This is that little mud hole we made for it. Retro little course we made. Maybe RC10. Is there any videos that you guys remember that were one of the favorites that I built? This was a cool one, actually. This had that, there's the RC10 launching. That car right there. The Darth Vader Yeti. That thing was so cool. I wish I could get that back. I don't even know who has it now. Little lightsabers going down the door. That's my first time using a liquid mask. Here it is. This one was fun. I took this. It's loud. Oh, Trail Kitter's got a link for me. This car was not made for this. But we took it and did it anyway. A two-wheel drive buggy. It's amazing. Some of these seem like forever ago. 2015. I think maybe Trail Critter hooked me up with the right link. Something went wrong, it says. Now I lost my comments. All right, we'll see you, Rich, later. We're going to get ready to wrap up here in just a minute, guys. I just wanted to go through a couple reminiscent videos from the past before the 30K subscribers. Just kind of remember kind of where some of this stuff started and all the different things that we used to show and do on here. A lot of things have changed. You don't see that RC10 B4.2 anymore. I have it still. One of those 70, but it needs a new ESC and motor, I think. Something's making it cog really bad. So I just haven't put any time into it because we don't have a track to run it at, really. But, yeah, it's been good. You guys are awesome. The community here on YouTube is awesome for RC, and I've learned so much. Being a guy that doesn't know anything about mechanical stuff, cars, all of that, it's kind of been funny to have that realization now, learning all these different things and realizing that a lot of it is just like smaller versions of the big ones. It's like, maybe I should try and get into some of the big stuff next, you know? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we take up here going down the road. But even like small engines, don't work with those, not before all of this stuff. Now we're messing around with that and shocks and all this stuff. You know, my dad was an artist. So I grew up in that world doing design and moving that into like photography and video. And so then that's what I've done for the past 15 to 20 years, has been in the video world and photography and traveling the world doing that. And it's been awesome. And then coming to YouTube and just doing this as an outlet and saying, you know, I was doing YouTube stuff about photography and that. And I was like, man, this is annoying. That's work. And also like hobby. Nah, I need a hobby. And I used to race BMX, tried to get back out and do that, messed up my neck. And then I couldn't carry my camera bags and the stuff I needed for work. So I said, BMX, you're done. And picked up an RC car. And my first real hobby grade one was 2013, I think, not the SMT10, but the Stampede Gravedigger. And so that, and then it, you know, basically beginning of 2015 started the YouTube channel, and it's been a road, man. I've learned a ton in the last 5 years. You know, I hit a curb with that Stampede, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Is it done? And they're like, no, man, you can fix them. Sent my dad up to get parts while I went down to, I think I was in Honduras or something for work. Came back, or maybe it was Africa, but came back, he got the parts. I'd sent it to him and told him to go take it to the shop to actually fix it for me. I was going to say, like, pay them to fix it. And he came in, they're like, nah, he can do it. Here's the parts. And so that Them forcing me, Josh Williams forcing me, and by giving my dad the parts to fix it on my own, has led me kind of down this path of now doing all this stuff and having a blast. So it's been an awesome 7 years. Now it's such a huge part of my life that it's kind of amazing to think about it without it and before it, you know. It seems like it's always been here. It's kind of like an iPhone, you know. Don't remember not having one. So that's how I feel kind of like with the RC cars, you know, and we've ventured into every kind of aspect of it, from drones, and you know, that started because of the video side of it, then into the race drones, then realized I don't like soldering, and there's way too much soldering and computer stuff. Like, I don't want the computer side of the drones and all that. Like, having to program all of it for the race stuff. They're constantly tuning and doing all this. I just want to get out and have fun. And so that's where the monster trucks, I love monster trucks anyway. And, you know, it's like, man, you can race these things. And, you know, playing with them is enough fun, but racing them, that's cool too. So, yeah, then fifth scale, that happened 2 years ago. When did the 5T come out? That was my first fifth scale. Then I got the HPI. Well, I got the low C as well, the DBXLE, I guess, first. Anyway, now the Raminator, Primal RC. We'll see, man. Stuff's been going nuts. Gary, we'll see you, man. Have a good one. V2 Vids, where you at now? I saw you building that track. I heard something about Canada, but then I heard Maryland. I think that's where you were for a while, because I know some of the Maryland guys know you. Sean, where's the one where you sort of premiered the Primal RC? Yeah, that was one of them where I showed it at Gravedigger's Dungeon there. We also kind of premiered those Sen Racing a little bit. We were talking about them on live stream, I think on the Tank RC. The next day I was in Richmond and they were there. Sen was there with them. And then somebody told them, Jason Saunders, to talk to me. And then through that, they ended up sending me home with one to do videos on. And test out, see how I liked it. I still like those things a lot. But you saw I used it for that Kevin Talbot challenge just because it's different. It's not about all the power. It's just kind of really about being under control and having fun with it. That's again what I like about the Raminator. Okay, he's just west of Ottawa. Very cool. Yeah, it looks like you got yourself a nice little piece of land there. That's cool. Mets, I had a Palm for the first smartphone. Yeah, man. I never really did the BlackBerry. I tried to switch from my iPhone because you could get international data way back when on those, and it was awful, like the pictures. And I was into doing iPhone photography way back when. It was a huge thing. And I had channels for it and all that, iPhoneLomo.com. And, you know, we're doing books and all this kind of stuff about it. And, yeah, I was going to go over and start doing BlackBerry photography, and it wasn't any good. And then I somehow found my way into an international plan for the iPhone that they'd done for some professors somewhere. And I somehow got it. And then I just held on to it because back then you'd kind of grandfather in and they'd keep moving you through. As long as you didn't like take another free phone, I always had to buy my phone and I would keep my plan. And so they hated me because I was traveling, uploading videos and photos and all that all over the world. I was probably costing them so much money using all those data lines from other carriers. But yeah, anyway. TraxxRC, here's a good question. How long did it take to get past 1K subs? I've been doing YouTube for a little over 1 year and I'm at 340. Any tips? somebody else was just asking me about this. They hit 1,000. Some of it's just about hitting the right ride and the right time of things. So, I rode that Star Wars thing at the beginning there, and that helped because there's so many algorithms that go on with YouTube as far as getting your videos featured that help. And so sometimes it's just about finding things that people are searching for and trying to get it up as fast as you can. So I tried to be the first person. I think I was the first person to have that unboxing of the Star Wars drone that people were seeing at the stores and wanting to know about, and should I get it for my kid for Christmas and all that. So that one and the plane and all that, those things hit. My videos were getting maybe 100 views, 200 normally, and those were going into the thousands, and it was completely foreign for my channel. And then the subscribers grew. But once you start hitting milestones, it does tend to go faster because people are like, hey, they've got several subscribers. I might as well subscribe. They must have good stuff. So they can see one video, but then look at your subscriber count and just hit subscribe because it seems like they're trusting everybody else that's a subscriber that you're going to have good content, right? So, yeah. The main thing is personality, right? So people are coming to YouTube for a couple of things. We can go into this for a little bit, but they're coming to YouTube, one, to learn something. People come to YouTube to learn how to do something. So if you can make videos about how to do something, people will come and watch it. They want to know what's the best. What should I buy? Is this better than that? I don't do a lot of those. You have to think a lot of your opinion, I think, to do some of those. Like that people should listen to me about what is the best RC car of 2020 according to me. And my opinions about what is the best RC car out of the few that I've tried or the some that I've tried. So, I mean, I look at those titles and I'm just like, clickbait, I don't watch them. I'll probably make some just to be like, ha, you clicked. Now, here's what I like. You can decide whether or not you like it or not. Who am I to tell you what to buy? Anyway, so people do look for that stuff. So they're prone to click on it. So if that's something you want to do, if you're in it for the subscriber game, the number game, it's definitely a method that'll work. But personality is one of the biggest thing. And it's not necessarily that you have to have the best personality. I'm kind of dull, actually. But people come back because they're following personalities, just like TV. You come back to a show because you like the characters in the show and you want to see what is happening with them from week to week. And so if you're just posting videos like I was showing there earlier, where it's just me doing run videos and there's never any talking, even if you're an awesome driver or an awesome pilot, people are going to lose interest. Again, the RC companies are already putting out the slick stuff that's all slow motion, all whatever to make the cars look cool. At that point, what else are people looking for? Now, there's some people that can ride that. They're going to have just such awesome content that you're going to come and watch it. I can't think of the guy's name, but he did some of the ARMA videos, infraction videos that are just awesome. iJump RC videos are just that awesome. I mean, he was making them for Traxxas. So, I mean, it's just killer content. But, yeah, I mean, they come back because you start to basically build relationships with people through this. They feel like they know you and you know them, which is true. Like, I know a lot of these people in here. But yeah. Yeah, V2 Vids, Roman Atwood said to be edgy with thumbnail clickbait. For sure, you'll get people to view. He backs it up, though, with awesome content. Even though at the end you're like, well, that was clickbait, you're still like, that was also an awesome ride. Like, you're not disappointed that you clicked on it to watch. So, yeah, it's definitely a winning route. As far as getting views. But once he gets you there, though, it's about personality, right? So you're there because you want to see what's happening with him and his family and what he's doing. And That's what brings you back. If you only put up edgy clickbait and you're not enjoyable or you don't feel like you got anything out of it, then, yeah, people may not subscribe and they may not ever want to watch again. So you got to have both things. You got to get them to click, but then you've also got to, once they've clicked, you got to give them something tasty to eat. What are people saying here? I mean, V2 Vids has awesome thumbnails. I mean, Kevin Talbot's are edgy, whatever thumbnails as well. But then he entertains you afterwards. So you just back it up with some content. I was just on a Roman Atwood kick. I was watching the one, oh man, where did they go? Oh, it's the one about the guy breaking his neck, doing the backflip with the mini bike or little dirt bike. What was he on? Into the leaf pile, but let go. I don't even remember how old that was. Maybe 2 years or something. Claude Busted, curious if I've ever seen any of your vids. Yeah, man, I've seen some of your vids. I'll be honest, I haven't watched a ton of videos on YouTube, but I also don't know why, Claude Busted, I'm not getting yours in my stream. Partly YouTube's changed the way that they present, but I know that I watched you were doing some build stuff, but you had these cool ramps in your backyard too, but you were doing like a... What's the one that I was looking for? I'm looking to see the last one. I think it was like a tricked out clodbuster or something. And then there was another one that was about... I think I watched your, your Black Edition first run. I watched a couple weeks ago. But I remember you were doing some cool build stuff down in, I don't know if it's a garage or basement. Bent Sound, where do I go nearby besides Ipswich to drive RCs? You went to the old abandoned Cahoon and got some sweet footage. I don't know where that is. That sounds interesting, though. If you and Joe Rogan were doing side-by-side podcasts, I wouldn't notice the difference. Who's he talking? Who are you talking to, Gorilla Bear? I don't go that many places right now, Bent Sound, because I just run in my yard a lot of times now. And I'm supposed to be getting dirt. We've been working on some backyard stuff that last time I built and brought in all this dirt, the builders took them all down as they were driving through and then made it part of the yard. And I'm trying not to waste my RC money on that. So, yeah. Need to start smashing my RCs on thumbnail to get views. Yeah, I honestly, if you look at mine, I don't use anything too crazy as far as, go back to it. I don't use anything super crazy on most of mine. Where's my thumbnail? Where's my mouse? It's disappearing when I go over to this page. There it is. Say YouTube. All right, so if I went to mine, I play it pretty straightforward. Typhon 6S first run going big, what it was. Primal RC Monster Truck Shock Update. I mean, I could have probably played that up a little bit more, but I don't. YouTube Freestyle Challenge. That one's, plays it straight. Capra Beach Run. That's all it was. RC Skee Ball. Game on. Guess who wins? So most of mine are pretty. How does a stock 1/5 Primal RC Monster Truck do or whatever? I could. Let's see what my home feed is. That's always interesting to look at. What other people are doing. Normal day at Anderson Compound. The Andersons. Again, you guys should check them out if you haven't. The XFL is for sale. Declared bankruptcy. Pat McAfee. See, this is Grind Hard Plumbing Company. Theirs is pretty straightforward. RC Playground is straightforward. So some of these, car reviews just in general, especially the cheaper ones, they tend to get a lot of views because there's a lot of people looking at stuff that aren't maybe into the hobby like we are, and they're just kind of curious. Hey, I just saw this cheap. Here's a good one. That's a great looking thumbnail, actually. V2 Vids, Axial SMT Bigfoot hits the track. That says it all. What you're going to see, that wouldn't be clickbait. It's just awesome. Gets his logo on there too, so you start seeing it over and over. HP Savage Human Drive-Through. Primal MT did it. Can this 1/8. So that's hybrid. XJet. Someone complained to CAA about my drone videos. That's kind of get your attention. I was looking for some that might be. That'll get your attention right there. The largest poo I ever had. Never eat this food. Little pink unicorn turd emoji. I don't see a whole lot of guys really doing it up with their titles here. Scale news update tells you what it is first, and then the episode number, what date is, very vlog style. I was trying to see if there's any. Here's another V2 Vids. Monster Truck Engine Cold Start. That's a cool thumbnail. Boda Gels Bash Adventures. Now you guys see all the people I subscribe to. Baja's back. Man, I was hoping for one that was like, get your attention. These verses, though, like RC Reviews blown up like crazy. This versus that. Axial SCX-103 versus the TRX-4. That's something everybody's asking about. Straight up plays it as it is. Also gives very in-depth reviews. Very knowledgeable. So, Kevin Talbot's is this one's very straightforward. However, his last one is clickbait.
So in this video,
Whoops. Try not to get myself flagged here. This one is very clickbait. Hater exposed. My biggest hater exposed. 2 years of keeping quiet. ... It's actually about a car, but then he uses that to say this person says it's good, but it's not, and then kind of reveals all this backstory stuff, like 15 minutes of it. This is 5 hours ago. Dirt cheap, big nitro, cheap nitro RC car, any good? Doesn't even say what number what brand it is, any of that. Just, But when you get into it, it's good stuff. So he doesn't need to. 3000 giant RC car wrecked. See, I try and use the name of the car to get viewers who are into RC. Kevin's at a place now where he's appealing to even not RC people. So, yeah. Lots of people, 243,000 people viewed that one. Silver Bullet. The best part about your channel is you seem like the cool name guy with the cool RC toys. You're very genuine and have great content. Well, thanks, man. I try to be genuine. That's the one thing. I don't know. It's kind of my personality. I'm super easygoing and really chill. It's hard to really get me rattled. I mean, I get stressed and stuff like that, but I don't usually like yell at people or come out. You know, I usually try to see the good in everybody and everything. Overkill RC, keep up. Thanks, man. Yeah, putting the title in the thumbnail. Yeah, it does get a little redundant. And RC Sparks doesn't. He keeps his pretty clean. He might do something that points out something in the thumbnail, but yeah. Yeah, bent sound, man. It's crazy. Don't want to go too much into all that, but it's a shame that people got to be like that, man. I mean, there's definitely haters. I can put up something that nobody's even watched and you get thumbed down like immediately. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't get bent out of shape about it. Some people get really bent out of shape about it. Again, goes back to my personality. Just whatever. Not going to let it get to me. But yeah, I do YouTube Premium, guys. It's awesome. I get music like Apple Music. It's $9.99. But I also get ad-free stuff, which is great. So that's fantastic. True Boys, I usually go and join them after. Koi Pond, I'm into that. I actually have a koi channel. Not koi channel, but a fish channel, which I don't really do much on anymore. But I used to. Used to have 15 fish tanks in the garage. Something crazy like that. I was doing both channels at the same time. It was a little bit overboard doing 2 YouTube channels. Yeah, so he was at Travis Pastrana's place, that Roman Atwood, when I was watching. It was nuts. Rubber bands for tuning suspension by Exocaged. He just did a cool one actually about glue testing. So yeah, these people doing a lot of servo tests, which glue is better. So those are just some, I don't know, suggestions. There's all different ways. I play mine pretty straight. But I also haven't been trying to grow my channel necessarily. I'm just having a good time and trying to put out whatever I think people might actually find useful or interesting. How's it going on in the tank? V2 Vids, Kevin is trying to talk you into Primal. Yeah, man. If you do it, then we can do some other kind of YouTube challenge. Although, we need to find... I've been looking for one used. I saw one used right after I bought mine, and it was like $1,000 off. I don't think the guy had actually even driven it. He'd fired it up. So I don't know why he was trying to get rid of it, but it was up in New York and I'd have to go pick it up. Maybe it's in Jersey. But anyway, I wish I'd have seen it. Probably though, with the drive, it'd have been almost full price. I'm also on the waiting list to get the rear steer. Tank's got lots of TP at home. Do I need some? We're good still. Yeah, Founder carries his up and down for the basement. It's so heavy, man. Yeah, garage is definitely helpful. I mean, I have my Creighton up here, the 8S, and that's a beast enough to carry down. I'm up above the garage with this whole setup. And then down in the garage, I've got all the bigger stuff. And then more racks of stuff. It's out of control up here right now. But right now, the YouTube stuff's just kind of extra money. And so I use it to kind of buy stuff to that people are interested in or people have asked me they want to see. So some of the stuff I get, I don't necessarily get because I was planning to. It's just there's interest. And so at this point, just trying to, you know, have content, keep it going. I got the Kyosho for that reason, the micro. I've got the little micro course I've been building over there so I can run it on it. Give it a test compared to the Axials. I don't know why I'm just chilling out on this page. Exocage. Oh, we got the Wendigo. Oh, I'd seen that one already. That's a month old. He did the Talbot challenge as well. He should have more playlists listed here, I think. Get some more eyeballs on that stuff when they look at the page. Redbeard's Garage. This guy's cool. If you haven't seen him, he builds crazy stuff, go-karts and mini bikes and all that. But yeah, so now I'm kind of just digressing into nothingness. I was just looking for some kind of titles that might pop up. They knew I was talking about sprint cars. Look at them. Feeding me content. I still need to get my... I don't have video yet of my Tamiya Grand Hauler running yet. I need to set up cameras and film that. Can't do it my typical way with my camera mounts because of the controller you use. Yeah, see, this was a killer thumbnail too. VG Vids did with the helmet on and everything. That Roman Atwood one is awesome. I remember you going there and running in his little front side yard there with the overkill. Tim Armstrong from Rancid. These are good videos. Doing the acoustic stuff. That's a good thumbnail. Car on their face. Love this show. Loading Kings. RC Sparks kills it with that stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get ready to log off here. I've got a few things to do. I've actually got to wrap up my podcast board here, send it back to Rode. It's having channels 1 and 2 are all jacked up. So I need to record a podcast before I do ship it off to them. Don't know how long it'll be gone. And for the While My Battery's Charged podcast. Mikey, if you're in here, I'd love to have you on that at some point if you're available. It's as simple as a phone call. We can chat about that at some point. It'd be cool. And doing RC profiles of people, kind of how they got into the hobby, all that. So I need to do just a kind of video podcast on that, and then we'll have other stuff going forward, guys. Like I said, I did the fence jump attempt again today, so that video's coming. I need to edit that. I've got the GoPro and stuff up here to maybe work on it tonight. And we'll see what else we do. But, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for 30,000 subs. You guys are awesome. Scottzilla's in here now with the tank. Some of the crowd here. Brandon Timlin is in here. Yeah, Mick D. All right, guys. You have fun RCing, and we will catch you next time on the RC Conspiracies. All right, honestly, how many guys just thought your batteries were done? I know some of you guys. All right, Mikey, Tank, Jim, Jake, Scott, all you guys, we'll see you next time.